Hey guys, Jerred here from Into 3 Fitness, and today I'll be giving you an update on the journey to the 500-pound back squat and 5-minute mile. All right, before we get into it, I want to show you the progress on HQ that I am building right outside my garage. So we will take a look at that today. So let's go check it out. Right now, so if you didn't know, the last time I gave you guys an update, it was pretty much just they had drilled a hole in my backyard to test the soil. And so now I can actually show you kind of where we're at. So we have things laid out here. Plumbing is being roughed in, and they should start pouring the foundation actually within the next couple of days. So that's cool. We're gonna have a actual HQ, which is something I've wanted for a long time. So that's gonna be awesome once we have it. So I'll get back to the garage. Now, where am I on this journey to 500-pound back squat and a 5-minute mile? So the last time I tested, it's been several weeks now, I achieved a 465-pound back squat, 465 pounds on the back squat, and a 5:21 mile. So that's where I'm at. I do not have recordings of those. Please forgive me. I also don't care that much about doing or recording much of that until it gets a lot closer to the 500-pound back squat and 5-minute mile. And also for me, those things are not really PRs. They're not big. Like, I've done these things before. It's doing them in conjunction. I've ran faster, a lot faster than that. I've also squatted. I'm getting pretty close to a PR. I think that might be pretty like within 5 pounds of a PR right now. But the issue is, and here's the update, is I have run into some serious low back pain. So while I've made a ton of progress from my initial starting point to now, the back pain is kind of putting a stop to everything. I tried training for it for about 6 weeks, the first part of 2021. And I could tell that this wasn't just a minimal discomfort. It was getting worse and worse each and every single week with the training that I was doing. So things were just getting harder. And I just knew if I didn't do something about it, I was going to end up very badly injured and really just not able to complete this project whatsoever. So the last couple of weeks, let's say 4 weeks, almost a month now, I've completely transitioned my training. I couldn't figure out what it was that's hurting me because I've done a lot of back squatting over the years. I've also done a lot of running over the years and never really had any sort of serious back issue. But I feel like them in conjunction was just too much, a little bit too much strain on my lower back. And I don't think it was the back squatting. At first I was like, of course, heavy back squats, that's what's gonna do it. So I lightened the load for several weeks. I just wasn't squatting as heavy, and that didn't seem to do anything. I was still running all the running that I should be doing. It seems to be that the running was the true culprit that was hurting my back. And so what I did is I moved all of my training from running, so I was still back squatting, to the bike erg, which I have over here. So this guy, I was doing all my training on that, but then I felt like I wasn't getting enough movement in my lower back. There just wasn't enough. And if you know anything about recovery, getting better, like when you're injured, you don't want to just stop moving. You need to keep moving. You need to keep moving forward. Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be heavy. It doesn't need to be hard. There doesn't need to be intensity, but blood flow is the reason your body heals, and that's how you are going to recover. So I moved everything to the row machine that I've been using right there. So rowing has become my new best friend. The unfortunate thing is that rowing is not going to get you a 5-minute mile. It doesn't matter how fast you row. You don't hop off a rower and go run a 5-minute mile. All I'm trying to do right now is maintain some sort of cardiorespiratory level of fitness for as long as I can while my back heals. So I do have some additional protocols I got from a physical therapist that I'm doing to work on my lower back. I'm not squatting as heavy. But squatting comes back a lot faster for me. I'm not worried about losing a lot of progress. Maybe I'll drop to 430 and then have to attempt again. But it's just something I have to do. And if I can't get the lower back into good shape, I have to go further, do some imaging or something like that. I'll talk about the future of the project. But right now, my plan is just to keep training as much as I can, keep my fitness level high through other methods. And then if and when my back is back to normal, resume full, like going for it with running and back squatting, trying to get there. Because I really felt like with a 521 and 465, I felt so close. In all honesty, I really felt like I was right there. Not like I was going to achieve it in a couple weeks, but it felt doable. When I first started this project, it felt near impossible, but I really feel like I can achieve it now. I just need that extra time. And so I'm okay with playing the long game on most everything. So I'm not that discouraged. I feel like I need to take the scenic route around to achieving this goal. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do things right. I'm going to make sure my back is 100% before I start squatting really heavy again, before I start doing any sort of running. And then when I get back to it, I also need to find out what the true cause with it was. So I'm going to work with some guys to see if my running form could be better, putting a little bit less pressure on my back. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Send some videos in and things like that. So that's the plan right now. I know I haven't given a BCT update or an update on the back squat and mile. I have not given up on the goal. Been training really hard for almost 2 cycles now with this. In the last couple of weeks, I've just had to completely change my training. I'm going to lose some ground. I'm going to lose some progress. But like I said, I'm going to do things right. I'm going to get recovered, get healthy, and then attack again. Really hope some get some good summer training in and see where we can get by the end of this year attempt, because that's really what I committed to doing this for a year. If I'm nowhere close to the year because of these setbacks, I'll reassess. Maybe I want to do another year, something like that. But I am taking a long-term approach here. And I hope that that's something that you can take away from this, because there's the only reason I want to do this is for me. You know, I want to achieve that. I want to have that feather in my cap. It's a very personal reason to attack the goal. It doesn't really matter so much business-wise. It doesn't matter, you know, as an athlete. I'm not a professional athlete. It doesn't really matter in any of those regards. It only matters to me. And so going the long route is okay. So the thing I want people who are following or watching, this whole idea or mentality of just take some ibuprofen and put some duct tape on it is absolute stupidity. There's no way I would do that and risk a very serious back injury that could potentially, you know, affect me for the rest of my life. And I hope that none of you have that mentality. You know that you need to take the long-term approach, be safe about things, do it the right way, come back and then achieve it. So that's what I'm doing. I would encourage you to do the same thing. If you ever run into any aches or pains, don't necessarily keep training, but don't just train through the pain thinking that you're tough or you're mentally tough for it. You're not. You're stupid for doing that. And that's my approach right now. So I'm going to get better and I'll give you some more BCT updates. Like I said, I'm still training. We have a whole crew who's doing this same training with me, and I'm going to keep programming for them, and I'm going to keep following the programming to the best of my ability. Just going to be on the rower and with lighter weights on the squats than I originally intended. And then we'll see. I'll update you guys in like a month or two and let you know where my progress is, where the back is at, and if that structure in the backyard is finished. Hopefully it'll be done soon and I can show it to you guys. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you do like our content, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave us a comment, and let me know what you think. But I appreciate it, guys. I'll keep you updated.